Well, despite all of the success, the CDC is warning that COVID-19 variants could derail our progress.
And variant cases are already popping up here in Colorado, and these variants are more contagious and call for even more restrictive quarantine protocols.
As Denver 7's CB Cotton reports, that can translate into a lengthy stay at home.
For the past year, staying within the walls of your own home has been a precaution against COVID-19 and a promise if you or someone you've been near test positive for the virus.
We're more than happy to keep the community safe, but the last thing we want to do is expose anybody in the community.
So when Rachel Haig's au pair tested positive for COVID-19, she was prepared to stay home and stay isolated from the au pair.
Immediately that day, she isolated downstairs in the basement. She has her own bedroom and bathroom down there, and nobody has been down there since she isolated.
She wasn't prepared for an email from CDPHE last week that said she and her family have to quarantine until March 15th, over 3 weeks from when the au pair first showed symptoms.
She told me that her specimen had been flagged as a variant, and that because it had been flagged as a variant, there are different quarantine requirements.
Haig explained to CDPHE that she and her family had remained completely isolated from the au pair in a separate portion of the house.
We have a gate at the top of the stairs, so the only person that's been down there has been myself, fully masked with, gloves, face shields, to bring her food and change out her dishes and sanitize everything.
And because of their isolation efforts, Haig found out on Tuesday that their quarantine time would be shortened. But the state did confirm to Denver 7 that some situations involving variants could result in 24-day quarantines.
I don't know what people would do when they learn about a 24-day quarantine.
Here's how it could play out. The state says the longest quarantines are for those exposed to COVID-19 variants. Anyone identified as a close contact of a COVID-19 variant must quarantine for 14 days. What you may not know is that if you have ongoing contact with the infected individual, you can't begin quarantine until the infected person completes a 10-day isolation period. In total, that's 24 days you could end up at home.
We live in a free society, and we should probably know what the rules are. There should be some official guidance on either the Colorado State website or the CDC website.
The state tells Denver 7 they screen all of their positive COVID-19 tests for variants, and only about 3% of the ones from private labs. They hope to get that number up to 5% in the near future. CB Cotton, Denver 7.